Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we had some very interesting information come out today about the future Xbox. I know there's a lot of haters out there that think that the next Xbox will never happen, but obviously it's going to happen, and Microsoft is sticking with Xbox for the long haul. Clearly, that was never going to be in question to begin with. But the news that we got today, I think, is pretty incredible. And, when you think about the fact that this stuff is like internal documents and we're very privy to get some of this information that we maybe wouldn't have gotten in the past, I always think that that's really cool when that happens. And, honestly, I thought that this makes the most sense for them to do it. They are very much going on the attack on the PlayStation, and I think this really kind of shows that they are going to definitely take a chunk of PlayStation's, I guess you would figure they would be taking a piece of their pie, so to speak, and that is a very exciting prospect as well. Very interesting stuff. I think we should definitely get into it. Again, if you are new to the channel, hey, what's up? I appreciate you. Thanks for sticking around. I do daily video game content, and it is tremendous to have you on board. So with that being said, let's jump right into today's topic. Anyway, Microsoft is targeting a 2028 launch for its next Xbox console. According to these leaked documents, it suggests it could even be more flexible in terms of models that they're going to release. So, this year, or this generation, they have released the Xbox Series X and Xbox Series S, basically a standalone console in the Series S that is meant to kind of get people attracted and into the generation for a much less price, and Xbox Series X for the enthusiast. So, while plans could always change, the expected launch window was referenced in a May 2022 meeting attended by top company executives, including CEO Satya Nadella, CFO Amy Hood, and head of gaming Phil Spencer. Now, excerpts of the transcript of the meeting were released as part of Microsoft's legal battle with the U.S. Federal Trade Commission, or FTC, which has been seeking to block the Xbox maker's proposed acquisition of Activision Blizzard. During the meeting, one Microsoft executive asked the gaming team whether the next Xbox console might move away from having fixed hardware specifications. And I quote, "One of the things consoles have been really great at is giving a very clear platform target for developers and game development kits. It has been really good at this." According to this, corporate vice president of immersive experiences. Another question read, "Is the plan for 2028 to keep the eligible-like model or force a Windows-like flexible capabilities model?" And then another thing quotes, "We have already started this journey with Xbox One and Xbox One X, furthering in it Xbox Series S and the X." According to the corporate vice president of gaming ecosystems, "We need to be even more flexible going forward with Generation 10, but also provide the ability for creators to take advantage of unique hardware capabilities." Now, discussing the potential launch timing of new hardware, in a statement provided to the UK's Competition and Authorities Market, Microsoft lawyers said the next new generation of consoles is not expected to release before the fall of 2028 at the very earliest. Microsoft and Sony both launched their current-gen consoles, Xbox Series X and S, and PS5 respectively in November of 2020. While the companies have previously introduced major upgrades to their console after 3 to 4 years on the market, current-gen supply issues caused by the pandemic hit adoption rates and basically really hurt the adoption rates and may have impacted the timelines for any planned mid-cycle hardware refreshes. Now, this past year, Xbox boss Phil Spencer said a potential mid-gen cycle upgrade for the Series X wasn't a priority for Microsoft and reiterated this in an interview published last month. And I quote, "And as soon as you start doing mid-gen refreshes, you've got a bunch of issues in front of developers on what platform they target." Spencer also said, "If we get into a console world where every 2 years, we now have 3 or 4 closed ecosystems that are upgrading their hardware every 2 years, I'm going to wonder, how is that helping creators or players? To me, it feels like we're creating a ton of complexity for creators and players in something that used to be very simple, and maybe there's another model for us." He also told IGN that he believes we're kind of at the end of the beginning of the current console cycle, so I think we need to let devs settle on this hardware and get the most out of it. So obviously, there's also the published documents that came out that Microsoft said it expects Sony to launch a PS5 Pro console at some particular point, and again, that is definitely something that we could really start to see before too long. And again, I really also think that, honestly, Microsoft is doing the right thing here, because at what point do you start releasing all of these different platforms and things like that, and then you notice that, hey, these platforms, as a fan, do you wait? Because you obviously, listen, somebody that maybe, and I'll even give this as an example of PlayStation 5, if you're a PlayStation 5 fan or you're a PlayStation fan and you're waiting for, and you haven't been able to find a PlayStation 5, and then so you're not into that ecosystem, and then they go, oh well, I heard they're going to come out with a PS5 Pro, so that next thing you know, you're waiting even longer. So I think that this is a real tough kind of question, and at the end of the day, I feel like Microsoft has done themselves a lot of favors by releasing the 2 SKUs that they did, and again, I think that that's something that are really it's going to help them in the long run. Now, when it comes to hardware, I think obviously Microsoft has an advantage right now. Yeah, sure, Sony can come out with something next year, but I really do feel like Microsoft has their ducks in a row to say, okay, well, when we do launch our next generation platform, it's going to be with this game, this game, this game, this game, like right out of the box. And I think that, yeah, they'll be cross-gen for sure, but I also think that you have to have something there to entice people to buy it on the next gen as well. So hopefully that's what we see before too long. I, for one, am hoping that we see that. And again, Phil Spencer has really done a good job of making sure that everybody has great stuff to kind of look forward to and to be excited about in the future. So I would love to hear what you guys think. How do you guys feel about this? Them releasing a new console possibly in 2028. I would love them to jump that by a year or so. Release earlier than expected with a couple different SKUs, but I think the 2 SKU thing works, and I think it played very well for what they're trying to accomplish, and I hope that they continue to think a little bit forward instead of thinking like the previous ways, because if you think about the things that they've actually been able to accomplish, I think that they've been able to kind of accomplish some tremendous things, and at the end of the day, that's what it's all about, because you want fans to be able to look to your platform and not feel like they're outdated every 2 years. I know people go, oh, well, phones are. Well, phones you get, people are it's really more of a necessity, where video game consoles are definitely sort of a luxury item. So it makes sense to, and phones are over $1,000. Consoles tend to be like more affordable. So I think that's what they have to go along with right now. I can't wait to see what all happens, though. Gaming, this whole console war, the entire situation with, are we going to get, a new piece of hardware? Are we not? It's fascinating to me. It truly is. So I'd love to see what everybody else thinks. So if you guys are new to the channel, I'm Crap Gamer. This has been Crap Gamer Reviews. Thank you so much. I really do appreciate it. You guys have been fantastic. I'm always looking for feedback, so please give me some if you are interested in. Like I said, subscribe, all that kind of good stuff. I hope you guys all have a fantastic day. Thank you so much for tuning in and let me be part of your day. Rack 'em up, fact 'em up, Crap Gamer 'em up. Thanks for watching. Crap Gamer out.